Since then, my quests have generally been pragmatic, but I've been as guilty as anyone for wanting to believe the fantasy. Because of my background in martial arts cross-training, some people have prompted to ask me about the value of certain fighting styles. This is a classic example of grail hunting. The martial arts world is riddled with problems that prevents the mainstream from adopting a scientific, peer-reviewed approach. We get lost in endless arguments where goalposts are continuously changed. Over time, I've mentally catalogued different types of martial arts student. Forgive me this indulgence, it's a generalization and often unfair, but sometimes the familiar patterns are too hard to overlook. The archetypical martial arts grail knight is a living exemplification of the argument put forward by those who oppose martial arts cross-training. The term dojo hopper appears to be quite apt in this case. They flit around from one set of classes to another without a firm plan in mind. Often such people will be keen collectors of videos and books. They differ from the serious cross-trainer who naturally migrates across different schools in a progressive fashion. Instead, they resemble a cross between a fan, a casual gambler, and a socialite with a shorter attention span than any of them. For these grail hunting dojo hoppers, the work is in the transaction and the temptation of a promise. Such individuals love the alleged Woody Allen quote that 80% of success is showing up. They don't have a problem with showing up. They show up everywhere, especially at martial arts conventions and lurking around the corners of active training mats. But they are not known to stick around. By finding their way into martial arts social circles, they've discovered that most martial artists, including yours truly, like to talk. It's a weakness they readily exploit in the hope that our words will somehow give them the map to their grail. Unfortunately, experience of such people presents a different story. Many of the books and instructional videos they have in their collection are either unread or at least not absorbed. This is easily deduced from the substance of their conversation. However, they do like quoting Bruce Lee a lot. I tend to find that they're not so keen on being told that said quotes owe more to Krishnamurti, Mao Zedong, Napoleon Hill, or a Chinese proverb than the wisdom of the little dragon, but that's another story. Likewise, the advice you give them often falls on deaf ears. They will repeat it to you, maybe even rephrase it back in a manner that would have impressed Stephen Covey to show their understanding. However, the next time you see them, you'll hear the same questions and then get drawn into a lengthy discussion about some martial arts legend they think is God, usually Bruce Lee. Hearing what I've said, it's easy to assume that I'm unsympathetic to these dojo-hopping grail knights. It's true, I am jaded. Standing on one too many stalls at martial arts expos will do that to you. I also blame my impatience with their lack of self-awareness, exhibited when they often hung around my old lessons. It's a bit like having a prospective customer turn up at your car dealership only to ask your opinion on a brand of car you don't sell. However, I can relate to the frustration of wanting to acquire knowledge quickly. I think I was a bit of a dojo hopper at times. Most of us get a thrill out of the idea of finally buying an item or scheduling a certain experience in our lives that we believe will make an instant difference. Therefore, to prove I wish these knights well on their journey, I will answer a common question, for my opinion, providing a simple criteria for a straightforward question. Is insert martial art any good for self-defense?